Hello everyone, in this video I'll be talking about how pointers work in C++. So what is a pointer? Well, a pointer is a way of utilizing a variable's address in memory instead of its value to do stuff. Here's a quick example. Let's make a variable, int var equals 1, and down here we're going to say var plus plus, so we're basically going to add 1 to var. Let's see what the variable's values are. And down here as well. So if we run this, we can see var starts out as 1, and then after adding 1 to it, it becomes 2. Pretty straightforward. But now, what if we want to use a function to increment this variable? Well, let's make a function up here. Void increment on int var, and we're going to say var plus plus. Now instead of doing this down here, we'll use our new function. And let's take a look at what happens. That's strange. Originally our var was 1, and it prints out 1, as expected. But down here, we're incrementing var, and it's still 1? That's strange. Let's see what happens if we print out the variable up here. So we're going to say std cout var, and we're going to continue to increment it. We're basically just going to check what the value is up here. So originally var was 1, we're incrementing it and it becomes 2 up here, but then it's back to 1? What's going on here? Well, a way to explain this is to use this diagram. So this house represents the address in memory of our little variable here, var. And as you can see, the blue color represents the value 1. So basically what's happening is, when the function is called, when increment is called, instead of just directly changing the value of the variable right here, we're instead duplicating the variable and then changing the value of this new variable. Like that. So as you can see here, var in this case isn't actually this var we have right here. It's only the value of var. And since we're only incrementing the value of the var, we're basically just changing something else. We're not actually affecting the original one. We're affecting this clone, this copy. And that explains why this var prints out 2, while this var only prints out 1. So, how do we fix this? Well, that's where pointers come in. So let's delete this. And then instead of increment on int var, we'll add the star before var. And we'll do that down here as well. So what this is basically telling C++ is that instead of just incrementing the value of var, we're taking the address of var and we're incrementing that. So this is an address, we're incrementing the value at the address of var instead of the copy. And as you can see down here, it's telling us that there's no matching function for call to increment. And that means we need to pass in this ampersand var. Now the ampersand means that instead of passing the value of var, we want to pass in the memory address, the location of var. So let's try it now. And as you can see, var becomes 2. We're incrementing var up here, and it's becoming 2. So, if we go back to our initial model, what's basically happening is, instead of making that copy, we are directly changing var up here. So that means that the original variable, the address, is changed. Well, not the address, the value of the address is changed. And that means we're printing out the new value instead of the old one, the original one. So, that's basically a brief explanation of how pointers work in C++. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video.